Okay, our next section of Whitaker's Words of Wisdom is fraction-decimal-percent. If you can change the bottom number of your fraction to a 10, 100, or 1,000, then you can write a fraction as a decimal very easily. So when I take 1/2, I know if I multiply by 5 over 5, I get 5/10, and this is 5/10 as a decimal. If you have trouble with this, with place value, there's a place value chart also on the website. If I have 3/10, well, I already have a 10 on the bottom. That would be 3/10. If I have 2/4, well, I have a choice here. I can reduce this, and I think I will. I'm going to scale down to 1/2. Oh, I'm right back where I was before. I could multiply by 5 over 5, get my 10 on the bottom, and then I would have a 0.5. So when I'm going from a fraction to a decimal, again, if I can get a 10, a 100, or a 1,000 on the bottom, it's very easy for me to make a decimal. If I have 2 over 5, I can multiply by 2 over 2. I get my 4/10. 4/10 as a decimal. If I want to take this on and make my percent now, percent is based on 100. So what I tell the kids is if I have a decimal and I want a percent, I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the right. That's when I say per. I move it 2 places because of the 2 zeros in 100. So this is 40%. I have gone from 2/5. I know that's 0.4 as a decimal, and it is 40%. Now I could also work backwards. If I have 40% to start with, and I want a decimal, then I'm going to move 2 places to the left. If you don't see a decimal on a number, it is behind it. All whole numbers, the decimal is behind. So now I want to change this percent to a decimal. I move it over 2 places to the left. I have a 0.40. Okay, well this says 40 hundredths. 40 hundredths. I could reduce at least by 10 over 10. I get 4 over 10. Those are even numbers. I can reduce again. My final answer is 2/5. Right back where I started. So 2/5, 4/10, 40%. Those are all equivalent. So this is how you can go from fraction, decimal, to percent. Now there's also 2 others, if you can just memorize, will make your life very easy. I tell the kids if there is a 9 on the bottom, which the bottom is your denominator, whatever's on top repeats. So if I have 1/9, 9 is on the bottom, that top number is a repeating decimal. I don't even have to do any work. If I forget that, I have to do what's called tie-bow. Top in, bottom out, and I have to do my long division. Again, I'm just going to memorize that. So if I have 2 9s, top number repeats. Make sure you put your repeater over it. Now when I go back, if I want to change that to a percent, I'm going to move it 2 places to the right. 11.1 repeating percent. The repeater goes over the number behind the decimal. Percent. Again, make sure you show the repeater is over the number that's behind the decimal. So that's how you, the little trick for a 9 at the bottom. Now if I have 1/3 or 2/3, if I have a 3 on the bottom, I know if I multiply by 3 over 3, something that equals 1, I can change how he looks. There's a 9 on the bottom. then that top number repeats. Again, if you can learn these tricks, it'll make it a lot easier than having to do tie bow, top in, bottom out. Kids going by in the hall. Let's see, if I have an 8 on the bottom, I tell the kids there's a magic number for 8. If I have 1 8, if I can remember my magic number for 8 is 125, because 8 times 125 equals 1,000. And then I just multiply whatever's on top by 125. That's 125 thousandths. I have my decimal. If I want a percent, 2 places to the right, 12.5%. Again, if there is an 8, all you have to do is multiply by 125 over 125, because 8 times 125 is 1,000. Then I say 2 times this number. That's 250 thousandths. And I'm going to move my decimal 2 places. 25.2, yep, 25%. Hopefully this helps. If you need help again on making the equivalent fractions, there's a section on the videos for that too. Good luck.